sun in the sky, you wake up in a ditch, all naked and dry. Pull yourself to your feet, man, try not to cry. Search for clothes and shelter, then you can work out why. There's a church on the steeple, no sign of people, and the doors are wide open, that's worth a try. Stroll through the vestibule and what do you spy? There's 58 cats in the pews and all dressed to the nines. You can't be naked at a cat wedding. A cat wedding is a serious affair. Humans wear clothes at a cat wedding, or meet them halfway and wear furry underwear. The guests are aghast and the bride's veil falls. You've interrupted the proceedings with your human balls. About to be bound in matrimony, the groom meets your eye. He pounces down the aisle and pins himself to your thigh, scratching and tearing at your skin while you cry. What the bloody hell is happening? I don't want to die. So you turn and flee from your furry attacker. You've ruined their special day in a naked manner. You're bleeding and naked at a cat wedding. A cat wedding is a serious affair. Humans wear clothes at a cat wedding, or meet them halfway and wear furry underwear. Cat wedding. But also actual drowning. Now is not the time for poetry, for I am all at sea. Smothering. No, actual smothering. If I can't breathe, then you can't relive all the times you've tried to kill me. That's what love is for. These are mixed messages. Ooh, that's what love is for. These are mixed messages. That's what love is for. Would you like to hear a story about a donkey? Oh, well, I'll tell you it anyway. Eli is a donkey studying geometry at the University of Chichester. Now, he enrolled in Chichester because he was right fond of his auntie Pythagoras, and also he well liked shapes and wanted to study them. But what no one told Eli about the study of geometry, especially at Chichester, was that it's more about manifolds, topologies and metrics, and less about his lovely aunt Pythagoras. And one can well imagine that upon learning this, Eli would get right cheesed off and start ripping up the place. And that's what he did. Got expelled, didn't he? Eli the donkey. What's your favourite quadrilateral? I don't know, do I? Eli the donkey. Look, bugger off. Okay.
Get up. He cannot get up. I have fallen. I'm stuck on the ground. I fell and I cannot get up. Look, a turtle. I'm stuck here.
He's stuck there.
Someone please call for help.
No.
I have fallen. I'm stuck on the ground. I fell and I cannot get up.
I just don't want to. Thank you for the invite to your social soiree. I read through the specifics and have nothing to say. For the entrees sound delicious and desserts they look just fine. I'm anxious and introverted but would feel rude to decline. I'll make non-committal noises regarding your social soiree. It's not the most convenient time nor the most convenient day, and if you mention it once more to me, I'll run away down the street. I don't want to go to your bloody thing, but was trying to be discreet.
It's
You know, the thing is, the next day we've got to go to her parents.
It's trickier.
I just got to get up so early.
You know, 3.
So I don't really want
It's a
to.
tricky age, isn't it?
I don't really want to go
And humans.
and then have to leave early because we would, so it would just be easy to not go.
And then I'll see.
You know?
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah.
Can't make any
Well,
promises.
look, next
Not
time.
that I would.
We'll go next time. It's not a big deal.
I sincerely hope
You're
there won't
making
be
it a big
next
deal,
time. Well,
and that is
you don't
exactly what I wanted to
no.
avoid.
Don't come and pick
That's
me up.
why I wrote a song
That feels
instead of actually
unnecessary.
replying to any of your emails.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No.
Well, I mean,
I can't. I
I'm
don't
not
want
sorry.
to. No.
Conversation. Conversation has. Conversation. Conversation has. Where do all the bad colours go? When they break the law, they get sent to prison.
Now he's clearly deranged.
I'm in film!
You have to get a new Ben. This one's all stupid.
Hey Liam, I made us a Bebo page. Ah, Bebo shut down.
That's funny. That's current, isn't it?
Ah!
Anyone in? Never occurred to me how much like one of your feet properly looks like a bell end.
Hey Liam, I made us a Bebo.
Idiot.
There's no way to talk about yourself.
True.
Fucking idiot.
Okay then. Okay, yes, I know you're angry. Ow, my ass.
Look at this. I'm going to draw a frowny face because I'm really disappointed at you. Only we're going to know it's there.
Praise, please.
Right, be French.
French, not James Acaster.
Brick. Corduroy. Colombian hash.
Lick the stump!
Filibuster. Moose furs. No! 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 No!
Come with me,
Come.
and you'll be
Ben.
in a world of photosensitive seizures.
Lavender oil. Marjorie. Marge Simpson. Abe Simpson. Abe Lincoln. Top hats. Fedoras. Incels. Hand jobs. Hand lotion. Lotion. Oils. Back to lavender oil. There you go. Did it in one. I have nothing else to give. Right, go stand somewhere.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, hang on. I'm having not just second thoughts, but third, fourth, and fifth thoughts. I don't know if I should do this right.
No, it's not. Fucking hell.
3.
No, hang on, wait.
I didn't tell him to do that. Why didn't you tell?
Milk.
That's the job, mate. You ready? Mm-hmm. Maybe inhale a wee bit. There we go. Hello?
I can see you.
Really?
Really?
Right.
Yeah, I can.
I don't believe you.
Well, I can see you, and I'm going to kill you if you don't do what I say.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
There's a bag under the phone. It contains a bomb jacket. You're going to put it on, walk into the bank round the corner, demand 500 grand in cash, or you'll kill everyone in the room.
There's no bag here.
It's under the phone. It's under the bloody phone.
It's not.
Samantha, you're really starting to grow.
You just called me?
What?
You just called me Samantha. Who do you think this is?
Well, Samantha.
Ah, well, clearly. I thought you said you could see me.
I can. You're wearing a beige jacket and a black skirt.
I think you might have the wrong number, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fine.
so sorry.
It's okay. Good luck.
Did it?
Bye.
Jeremy Mange, his parents estranged. They wanted a daughter, so they made an exchange.
Live! Oh, my unborn children!
What I'm trying to get I'll wait till you're done tittering, that's fine. Ruiner of things!
Ben drinks Diet Coke, take 3.
Right, good.
Damn you, Spielberg!
Magical toilets flying through the sky.
I learned about cactus.
Without finding yourself hilarious.
Oh, that's hard for me.
Dim.
Shyamalan!
Would you like a lemon? Lemon! Lemon! Would you like a lemon?
Hammers!
Take poo! Oh, sorry, I meant two.
And then I'd love you till I make you pop.
Dun dun dun. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. There it is!
Yeah, I'm in a tree. Ow! We're in love. Jeffrey Chaucer!
There's a cactus in my head! I need to not lose my shit. And I'm back. Hang on. There we are.
How does it feel to be spooky, Si?
Very.
Intro, Ben and Liam with conversation how unboxing this game /magic/describe/do.
No, that means a change in... Never mind.
So what's the first bit then? The first bit, before the introduction, we're going to say
Well, no,
you can
that's
get
the end.
super loot.
That's for the end.
That's for the end, so why is it first?
Because I wrote it down first. Do you want to say it? Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, man, rubbing nipples is amazing.
I mean, at least you own it, I guess.
Kittens.
Robes.
Jack! Ow!
So we're basically like 20 years in the future, but our clothes make us look like we're scummy college dropouts from the 80s.
I'm recording, go away! It's really hot in here.
You're really hot.
Ah. No, but seriously, there's like 14 lights and it's terrifying.
Are you proud, father?
You know he's not. So I just wasn't prepared for how sexy that was. You really caught me off guard.
Mayo. I eat you every day, oh. You make me feel okay, oh. Mayo.
Simon, vlog. It's a good vlog. It's a good vlog, buddy.
Good lord. Tell the world about promoting gigs.
Hello, Internet. We are speaking to you from the past. It's currently our now, but to you, it's also now, but our past.
Let's see your best impression, Ben.
Of what?
Just your best impression.
Betty the got the whoops in my beret, caused a lot of trouble. Who's gonna see the Queen on Christmas Day then?
You're editing it correct.
Nah, I might just upload it straight from the SD card. That's just how I roll.
Fair enough.
Sausage link.
Great.
I go through my mic.
Going through your stuff.
Today's word is toilet. A small gift that you may give to a child as a solstice or Christmas gift. Toilet.
I did it.
Robes.
Check. Let's sing a song about our predictions for the future.
It will happen unless we're all dead.
Quickly, Ben, witty retorts.
Ha! That's a sort of cake that makes jokes. Oh, that's a wittier tort.
So.
That was Sinbad's idea. He's our tambourinist. He's got one really big arm, which is weird because the tambourine's really quite small.
Ben's just turned up to remote. And the battery's out! God damn it! What a day.
Robes.
Check.
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 Lovecraftian flush.
Check.
Summoning circle.
Check.
That's stupid.
It's magic. You're stupid. Sod off.
Okay.
Non-diegetic music.
How would I know? Right. Portal to hell.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Are we sure that this is the right thing to do?
Absolutely. We've got to do something for Halloween.
I'm pretty committed at this point. I'm
Like,
into
we've
it.
got the robes and everything.
Yeah, man.
Portal to hell, then.
Portal to hell.
How do we
I'm
portal
not
to hell?
entirely sure.
Is it?
If I
Is it
tweak
on?
this slightly?
What is that?
That is just. Look, hang on, where's that diagram gone?
You had a list, didn't you?
Yeah, no, the list is over there, but we've got everything on the list.
Have you put batteries in it?
You don't put batteries in a portal, Ben.
Well, how else is it meant to go, guys?
What?
That's messed up.
So shiny. It's not what I expected.
I expected a lot more fire and lava.
I was expecting Dante's Inferno, but it's residential.
Is that a cathedral?
This is the Humber Bridge.
Hang on.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
No.
Okay, well, I accidentally hit the live button, so now we're live.
Oh.
Is that okay, or do you want me to go back to not being live?
We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Are people watching?
Yes, but they can't see your face, and I feel like that's on
Liam.
purpose.
Liam.
Hello.
Liam.
Hi.
I have a joke for you.
Right. What's your joke?
Right.
Is it my career? Because I swear to God, if it's my career, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Kind of your career.
Son of-
You know, we're doing crime today.
Yeah, have you done a crime?
We're talking about crime,
Yes.
and we're doing it this like live, like on the radio.
Live crime.
Pirate radio. I've got an eye patch
That's the single stupidest thing I think you've ever done.
because I'm a pirate.
And I've been involved with most of the stupid things you've done.
Pirate radio, Lee.
No, I get it. I don't know what reaction you want to elicit.
Liam. Arr.
Oh, now, okay, hang on. Now I understand it. I wasn't sure what joke you were making, but now that you've gone R and done the little finger thing, I think I get the joke.
Pirate radio.
Emma Hewer says, cool t-shirt, Ben.
I did this bit first, and then realised that I couldn't remember how eye patches went, so I just sort of had to do it. Thanks. It's Ninja Sex Party.
It is Ninja Sex Party.
From when I went to go see them, singing songs and that.
They did sing songs. They played instruments as well, as I recall.
They did do those things.
Captain Buddy.
I can't see the chat.
Can you not?
Just so people know. It's because I'm not on that page. What I could do is I could bring it up on my phone. That'd help, wouldn't it?
That would help. It would also make us look like we have one more viewer. Captain Buddy 7 on Twitch has sent us some salt, which is very nice. Just a little salt emoji.
Ah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's pleasant.
Hello, live stream.
Oh, look, there's us.
We started slightly late because in true Conversation Hat podcast style, I tried to do something. Well, I tried to do something clever, and it didn't work. But the Streamlabs CloudBot does actually now work, so we're going to get all sorts of messages in the chat at not random intervals, at set intervals, harassing you to buy t-shirts. We have a new t-shirt. It says "I like bed." It's a good t-shirt. Emma says Ben smells. I mean, yeah. I can.
Why? What? Hang on.
You can
How? Why is that put up there?
You can see the stink lines.
That was a thing, wasn't it?
What, stink lines?
Stink
Stink lines was a
lines.
thing. That's true.
TVs and TVs, cartoons and shit.
TVs, cartoons, all them visual mediums.
And shit, yeah.
Are you regretting the eye patch yet? Because you strike me as the kind of person that would have an eye patch.
I was surprised that I didn't have one laying about, to be honest.
Just like, oh, the shelf next to the Snorlax, there's where I keep my eye patch.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah, surely.
There's probably face masks up there now. Well, no, I only have one face mask. 2 face One that I bought that's rewashable.
Yeah, smart.
With the little changey filter thing.
Yeah,
Save
yeah.
the planet a little bit, at least, hopefully.
Yeah.
And another one that I got bought by my aunt. And it's got little like Day of the Dead style skull teeth and shit on there.
Cool.
It is cool. I nearly wore it to the Church of Bones when I went to Prague. When it was safe to travel, it isn't anymore. Don't do it. Yeah, I went to Czech and went to the Church of Bones, and I was going to wear that one. And then you sort of get closer to this place, and you realise that's not a respectful thing to do. It's a creepy ass place, and you don't want to. Yeah.
I think like you should get points for wearing a face mask, regardless of what's on your face mask. Even if the face mask says, "I slightly resent having to wear a face mask," I'd be like, "Yeah, but you're wearing one, so good for you."
Yeah, that's good. No one likes doing it. I mean, some people probably do.
It gives me a very weird boner, but other than that, I could take or leave it.
What boners do you have that aren't weird?
There's the normal one, the vanilla one. I've got a salted caramel one that stings a little bit.
Have you got a mint choc chip one?
It's not got chips in it. Although if it did, what a day.
There's your TV show.
I mean, that's gross. That's all awful. I'm not proud of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So do we have any
How have you been?
How have I been?
Not you.
Not me.
Viewers.
The viewers.
Pod babies.
Pod babies.
I mean, you as well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I am back at work now. Yeah. I look forward.
How's that going?
It's fine. Like, I forget how tiring having a day job is, which is sort of what I expected. The pain in the butt is knowing that like the health and safety regulations are going to change like possibly every half hour.
Tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, but like, have we? I mean, like we've been told what tomorrow's enforcement is, but because it's a job, like because late stage capitalism requires people to be buying stuff and earning money, like you can't really. We've just decided that the health and safety rules don't apply in the workplace, so
Yeah.
it's not actually going to change anything. It's just going to change like the plans for the stuff I wanted to do around my day job that were going to distract me from having to go back to my day job. Because like if you're going to sit in a field with your mates, you're not spending money, so you're not allowed. Like get into Costa and you can like bundle up and lick each other and it's fine. So then, yeah, the rules are going to change again probably, and I'm thinking second lockdown around end of October, probably. Because the amount the cases are rising, and people aren't distracted by Brexit enough. So I think we'll probably have to have another lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are starting to realise that Brexit is dumb and talk about it, so we'll need another lockdown to distract them.
Well, we didn't talk about it for like 5 months.
Or they'll
that
do
just was a
something.
global pandemic.
They'll do something really well. I think that's why they're being really dense with all the rules and regulations. So before a second lockdown, I think we're probably going to get a pets lockdown. So your pets can't go outside, but you as people can. And then what else are they going to do? Lockdown, except you can only be outside if you're in an ambulance, but they're going to cut the number of ambulance drivers.
But how would the ambulance drivers get into the ambulance?
Exactly.
This is where all the
It's
government falls
thick.
down with its holes.
Yeah. All these, they never thought through these hypothetical situations, did they?
Yes, Hannah. They probably won't want dickheads at Halloween parties, so we're not going to have Halloween this year. But it's on Friday.
I was
Is it
actually...
on Friday? It's on Friday or Saturday, and it's also daylight savings, so we get an extra hour of Halloween that we can't fucking go out.
Oh,
at.
crippity crap. But that's mental, because like think of all the money you could spend in a pub.
Yeah, but you shouldn't.
I actually kind of had... Yeah, you shouldn't, but like legally you could. I was actually kind of looking forward to Halloween this year, so of course, the one year I decide I might have a good Halloween is the Halloween that gets cancelled.
Same.
Yes.
Oh,
So
well,
that's
we'll
nice.
go and stand 2 meters. Maybe if we stand 3 meters apart from each other in the street, that won't count as a gathering. That will just be
Two blokes in a street.
people. Yeah. Shouting at each other.
I will be shouting at you. I don't know what you will have done, but I feel like I'll be shouting at you.
I'll probably have deserved it.
So the usual format for the live stream is that we talk politics for an hour and then get on with the actual show. Do you have any more like politics you want to get out, or do you feel like you're basically there?
I truly think that my hope in faith in any sort of politics died with Brexit vote.
Yeah.
Because the people with the Remainers didn't do shit. We didn't have people wandering around saying we should stay because it's well good. We had a decent video from Patrick Stewart, which I loved, but would like even more if it had worked. We had all of the fucking quitters. I will not call them Brexiteers, because that makes them sound like Jacob Rees-Mogg is giving them a rim job on top of a horse covered in Union Jacks.
Like all good British horses should be.
Quitters, we shall call them.
Yeah.
You know, they were going out and lying. The Brexit Party got voted into the EU, which they didn't want, with absolutely no fucking things on their manifesto apart from, we've got Brexit in the name. And people fucking voted for it.
Yeah.
People voted for Donald Trump.
Yep.
Over some little nice bloke who looked like Yoda.
Yep.
The UK voted for Boris Johnson. Over some cool old bloke who looked like Obi-Wan.
Yep.
I went to go and see Star Wars the other day. Empire Strikes Back.
In
the cinema. That's almost all of the Star Wars movies I've seen in the cinema now. All I need is the first one and the third one.
And then you're there.
And I can't remember if I went to see Solo. I don't think many people went to see Solo.
I went to see Solo. I thought it was quite good.
I thought it was quite good, and then I watched Rogue One the very next day and went, oh, that's why no one liked it.
Yeah,
Because
Rogue
the
One is
movie
better.
Before it was fucking perfect.
So good.
Yes, Hannah, Hannah doesn't like Star Wars, but she'd like Rogue One because it's an amazing movie.
It's, as a standalone film, it's actually really good, and it doesn't feel like a Star Wars film.
Good.
Especially not a contemporary
Same with The
one.
Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, brilliant, because it didn't feel like Star Wars.
Emma
We've seen all
Hewitt.
the best Star Wars things. Didn't feel like Star Wars.
Emma Hewitt on YouTube says, "Don't give up the fight. That's what they want you to do." I think that's absolutely fair, but I also don't feel like there's any point in fighting whilst Murdoch is still alive. So, like, if you could just like Walt Disney style freeze me until Murdoch dies. Because I've seen the documentary, his kids aren't going to take over. It's just all going to fall down. So, like...
How old is Murdoch now?
400?
Oh.
You could say 4,000.
That's not even a number.
The Australians don't have counting the same way we do. That's why their immigration stats are all screwed. Yeah, no, literally, like, you can't compete against Murdoch's stupid dynasty, and he's going to have a right-wing TV station in the UK pretty soon, which is going to be great.
That's going to be full of shit.
And it's going to...
That's not going to be any good.
But it's going to do really well because people think the BBC isn't doing a good job, because left-wing people think the BBC isn't doing a good job. Right-wing people don't think it's doing a good job, and both sides think they're biased towards the other side, which on balance means they're probably doing a good job at being fair, which is the stupid thing that neither side seems to get, that both sides don't like it, therefore surely it's right. Surely it's balanced. Hang on, I'm just going to do this.
Oh.
So that'll be really fun. That will... I'm pretty sure that's another one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. That's awful. that he could get that old.
I would say, you know, he's probably not got long left, but he's the same age as my grandma, so I don't want to say that.
Is your grandma a hard worker?
Yeah, she's got an NBE.
So Murdoch isn't a hard worker, he's just got a crap load of money. So
He doesn't have an MBE.
he's probably...
That means
Yeah.
that my grandma is better than Richard Murdoch.
Do you know what?
In pretty much every way.
Oh no, hang on. I came up with a funny acronym that didn't really work for MBE, but it only works if Murdoch had the MBE, not your grandma, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay. What would it have been?
Mate, better end it.
Yeah, that's because he hasn't got one of those. He
Yeah.
should. Everyone who doesn't have an MBE.
Yeah.
Just give up.
Yeah. What is it? What does it stand for? Order of the British Empire.
Medal of British...
In it.
Epic! I don't know.
Yeah. Medal of British Epicosity. That makes sense.
Means my grandma fucking wins.
Sure.
Because she met the Queen and got a little prize.
I mean, I've licked a stamp, so like, what do I get?
Hepatitis?
Yeah, I did find the stamp in the road, so that kind of makes sense. I guess I deserve hepatitis.
And it may have been a flattened squirrel.
Who knows? It was on an envelope. Who knows? I mean, I'm personally feeling really good about the state of the world, other than all the terrifying stuff. Do you have any positive predictions for what's going to happen, or not really?
Yes, all these fucking morons, the old white men in power because of corruption or family, which was probably from corruption, bribery, and murder, will all be dead soon.
Yes, but
They
so will
all
we.
die. No, but the thing is, there'll be all the pissed off people.
Right.
All the people who are pissed off with the old white men now
Yeah.
will eventually come to power.
Right.
And one can only hope that that will be better. Because if there's... I'm trying to think of a way to say it that doesn't sound stupid.
Sure.
If there's more inclusion, there's going to be less. I've forgotten the word.
You can do it.
It begins with a D.
What?
Divert? No. Well, if there's a big mix, no one's gonna get told to fuck off.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
No, it's sort of fallen out of my brain. I'll get halfway through the podcast and I'll just go, "This is it."
And I will have
This
forgotten by then.
Yeah.
My only thing with what I think you started to
The
say
more
there.
diversity,
Yeah.
the less exclusion.
Sure.
That's what I
That's-
meant.
yeah.
But I thought that diversity should be the last word in that, and I didn't quite understand what was happening.
No, you're perfectly right. I think the only problem there is that, like, obviously we're as not rich, nepotized, political people. We're like, we have to deal with whatever little healthcare we can actually access. Like, we're all going to die of tooth decay because of the NHS.
State of British teeth.
The state of British teeth, the fact that you can't get a dentist appointment on the NHS anymore, the fact that, like, the NHS is being driven into the ground and sold off to the Oompa Loompa over the seas. But, like, we're all going to die really young because of that crap, and because, like, we can't get a pension the second we retire, we just, like, die. So we're going to all die earlier than... and Boris Johnson's still going to be alive, running everything, even though he's just a head in a jar. But he's got like a Manson-style swastika tattooed on his forehead.
That's why his hair's so stupid.
Because
Cover
he
that up.
made a deal with the Aryan Brotherhood by accident, and that's what happened.
Mm.
Yeah.
Accident.
Well, for protection in prison. Anyway, like, yeah, it's...
So he didn't get bummed.
Yeah, basically. Because you can be homophobic and racist at the same time. Who knew? Although, yeah, prison rape is a problem. But anyway, that's not a hill to die on.
Can you not get a dentist appointment anymore. Because I tried to get a dentist appointment and they said not until October because it's just emergency shit.
Yep. I mean, I've been looking for a dentist for about 4 years, and they nowhere is taking NHS patients. They're just not. So I've stopped trying. Yeah. I know. And my teeth are all wrong. Some of them are just glass. What was I going to say? The state of the world is so very disheartening that it's hard to even, like, clearly state what specifically is annoying. And I feel like a couple of years ago I had, like, really obvious solutions in my head to, like, fix everything, and now I just don't. Yeah. It's hard.
That's your age, dear.
Ooh, sorry. Why am I being given YouTube alerts? That's really annoying. Sorry, an alert came on Ben's screen. Hang on, let's turn these settings off.
Dirty.
I'm just gonna... If you lean slightly to your left... There you go, that's perfect. Hang on. Let me just turn these off. Notifications off. Okay, thank you, Ben. You can go back now.
Ah, cool.
A little peek behind the curtain there. At this very professional podcast.
Does that mean we're nearly ready?
Shit, dude. I guess so. So, like, that was a very low energy politics 40 minutes. We're normally more coherent than that, but
I mean, it's early.
It is early. It's very early.
I was saying to Liam, I'm still on furlough. You're back at work.
Yeah.
I'm just still. I've run out of stuff to do around the house.
I have so many podcast jobs that you can do. Have you looked at that list of podcast jobs? You haven't, have you?
I've been doing a lot of jobs around the house.
Yeah, you seem so busy.
I did...
Can we rewind 8 seconds?
It's to be fair, I was saying how it feels like I'm feeling very unproductive. So yeah, just poke me about that list of podcast jobs. And
you got it.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have more coherence.
That would be grand. Emma says you look like a panda when you turn your head.
In case we want, I do look like a panda.
You do. Is that a panda noise?
I don't know what noise pandas make. I did my best, and I hope that that's okay.
I'm pretty sure they bark.
Do they?
No.
No.
But I'm pretty sure about it. Shall we start the podcast?
Oh, God.
Have you remembered that you need to record your end?
I know I need to record my end.
Oh,
I'm aware of this.
Are you? Okay, that's grand.
Yeah.
Are you about to press the record button?
I'm about to have a chocolate-covered pretzel.
Pretzel? Is it a flip?
It is a flip.
Man, I would be sponsored by Flips in a second. Hang on,
I'd be sponsored by Flips.
I'm going for Flips sponsorship on...
Can you make sure that they're not racist or murdery?
No, that's your job.
To be racist and murdery, or to make sure that others aren't? Oh.
They're star brands. I don't know if star brands are goodies or baddies.
Let's have a little look. Star brands. They're a cleaning product supplier in Leeds.
That seems fair.
Who knew?
I'm going to give them a follow.
It's a quintessential Great British company.
Whoa.
With cleanology.
That's interesting.
Oh, and they've got a 1-star review on, and that's it.
They have a very, very small Twitter following. That's interesting.
I think we're looking at different things.
I'm on twitter.com/flipssnacks. What are you looking at? Amazing.
me.
Uh,
No, now I've found it. Mine, yeah.
we have more followers
It's
than
North Ameri-
Flips.
Yeah. Maybe Flips should be sponsored by us.
Wait,
that means that we give them money.
You get a cut of the Patreon income.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's reach out to Flips and see if we can get sponsorship.
I would be down to clown with that. Anyway, so today's topic is crime. We are celebrating crime. By celebrating, we mean talking about crime, not like...
Are we recording?
No, not yet. I'm just doing an intro, which we can then record and do the proper intro. This is a low energy intro. The actual podcast, when it starts, will be really good.
Well, I'm already recording because I am a problem solver.
How long have you been recording?
About since I asked if we were recording.
Oh, that's fine then. So Ben is slightly ahead. Ben starts slightly ahead. Shall I do the intro?
Yes.
Welcome back to the Conversation Hat Podcast, a comedy podcast for geeks, artists, and terrible people. I am one of your hosts, Liam. My other host is over there. Ben. No, he's gone.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
No, I'm here.
You are there.
I thought that was my introduction.
I'd rather hope that you would chime in at your introduction, but never mind.
I was just letting you go.
Yeah, I got that. I also refer to you as my other host. I'm the host and you're the other host, not my other host.
Why are you not the other host and I'm the host?
Look, 3 minutes ago, I made a promise to the live stream that this would be that when the podcast begins, it would be really good. And I feel like I'm not living up to that very, very specific promise. This is a live streamed podcast recording, which means that we are live on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously because it's the future. Ben, do you have any thoughts on the future?
It's not looking good at the moment, is it?
Yes, but it will also never be here.
It's not looking bright and it's not looking orange.
I feel like I was lied to by mobile phones.
Yeah.
How dare they lie? Famously truthful, that organisation, that particular industry.
Like neither of them, it doesn't exist.
Yes.
The past only exists in memories, so the future could be whatever the hell you want it to be, or could imagine it to be. It
That's
probably
true.
won't be that if you've got like dragons and shit in your head and you think you'll be alive to see that, but in the infinite majesty that is time and the infinite universe, there might be dragons.
Hang on, I want to make sure I get that quote in full. In the infinite majesty of time, ... there might be dragons.
That's probably what I said.
That's a good quote.
Thank you.
Today on the Conversation Hat podcast, we are celebrating crime.
I need to blow my nose.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that now. Just as a warning to everyone.
You go ahead.
I'm not going to take my mic off either. So
thank you for that.
Look forward to this.
I'm sorry, that was worse than what Ben was doing.
And there's a plane.
And there's a plane. It's all kicking off today. I don't think the plane is as audible through the live stream, although I did burp directly into the microphone, so I am sorry about that.
That's fine.
Not very sorry, because I'm going to do it again soon. Will I stop drinking fizzy drinks on live streams? No. Today we are celebrating crime. We are celebrating crime on the Conversation Hat podcast. By celebrating crime, we of course mean talking about stupid criminal blunders, attempts at doing crimes gone wrong, anything of that ilk.
Nothing murdery.
Nothing murder. Yeah, we
decided that would be a little bit too heavy for.
Just a tad.
You know, call us cowards if you must.
So I think.
But my God, there's some terrifying shit on the internet.
Do we want to just to give a examples of what we are covering, do we want to do trigger warnings? I think the whole show is basically a trigger warning.
I don't think that there's anything here that would seriously upset someone on my side. And when I'm saying that, I'm looking through all of my stuff, and unless you get sad by Super Mario, church toilets, and, existential dread, you should be fine on my side. How about you?
Mild discomfort of animals.
Ooh.
And porn.
And porn?
Yeah. Those are my trigger warnings. Trigger warnings, of course, for this podcast episode, not just for being around me.
Hey.
Macarena.
Hey.
Macarena.
I don't think I don't think any noise is coming through.
You ass. I'm actually not sure if I'm hearing you from the... Because tap your webcam for us. Yeah, that's not the microphone. You idiot. Yeah, that's not doing anything. You're amazing.
What are you doing? What's happening then?
We're hearing you through the webcam.
How?
Because the webcam has a microphone.
Well, so does my microphone.
Right.
Why am I coming through the microphone? What's the different one?
I guess you didn't select the right one.
Well, I don't know how to make that better now. I'm recording nothing on my end. What the
Is Phantom Power on the Scarlet interface? We spent like 40 minutes getting it right before the show to avoid exactly
now
this.
it is.
So
hang on. Yay! Okay, I'm recording now. I've pressed the little red button.
So at 5 minutes, podcast begins. That's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is why the live stream
fine.
is amazing, because you get a peek behind the veil and you get to see how flawless of a production this is. But the good news is that literally every podcast, not just in lockdown, every podcast is a shambles and you don't see it. So you're welcome. Yeah, you look behind the curtain, there's no Wizard of Oz back there. It's just a bunch of empty Carlsberg crates and like a very, very dusty porno mag, and that's all that's there. And there's just a hamster. There's a hamster on a wheel, and the hamster on the wheel is attached to like the spark of a lighter. And every time the lighter goes off, it like slightly melts a phone, and that's what the podcast is. And the hamster's looking at the dusty porno mag, and that's what he's aiming for. But he doesn't know he's on a wheel. The hamster's called Ben.
I didn't realise we were this complicated.
Yeah, it's a very high tech operation. Okay, let's start this again. 07.
Oh, we're starting again. Wow, that was a
Well, yeah,
real
we have to
fuck-up.
start again because your fucking mic wasn't on, your bell end.
It was on, just not working properly.
No, you didn't have Phantom Power on, which means the mic wasn't on.
Liam.
Hello.
Stop bringing me problems.
I'm not bringing you problems, I'm just saying you're an idiot.
And that is a problem.
Yeah, I know, right? Welcome to the Conversation Hat podcast.
Hello.
Again. Ostensibly a comedy podcast for geeks, artists, and terrible people. My name is Liam, and my co-host, who I'm assured is actually recording this time, is Ben.
I am.
Are
the
you?
little lines are coming up on my laptop that implies that sound is happening.
You heard
that
it here.
Sound is my speech.
You heard it here first, folks. The little lines on his laptop are moving, and that is in some way good.
You wouldn't have heard it before because the little lines on my laptop were not moving.
Yeah,
and that means I ain't making no sound.
You just will have heard me going, This is
Just trust that everything I said was very clever and very, very funny.
Oh man, you were so erudite and clever and witty, but it's lost forever unless you watch the live stream. This is a live stream podcast recording, which is why it's going really, really well. Me and Ben are not in the same room. We are very far away, and Ben doesn't know how cables work, which is fine because he puts more effort into being funny and charming, whereas I make cables connect. That's my job.
It was a button, not a cable. It was a button.
Yeah, the button turns the cable on. But it's fine,
Yeah,
you don't need to know
so it
that.
was the button.
That's my job.
Brad and Rye are here. Hi, Brad and Rye. How you
Hey,
doing?
what's up? Emma
Oh,
asks,
you were asked. Yeah.
does that mean we
my
don't...
quote about the future and dragons?
I mean, we can use that from the live stream. I mean,
Perfect. Put
we
that in
we
there.
all... The thing is, we all heard him say it, so the quote does exist. It's just that it doesn't exist in the world of podcasts, which is very
It doesn't
confusing.
exist in my brain either because I forgot what I said.
Thank God I wrote it down. In this live streamed episode of the Conversation App podcast, we are talking about crime. We are talking about crimes that have gone wrong. We did very briefly in the previous recording that didn't work go over trigger warnings. Ben has no trigger warnings because all of his stuff is very pleasant and comical in nature. I have a slight trigger warning for anyone who might not like the mild discomfort of pets and porn. Those two things are not the same story. Don't worry.
Good. Surely mild discomfort of pets. Everyone's held onto a cat a little bit when it was trying to get away because you wanted cuddles.
If
right?
if that is your understanding of mild discomfort of pets, then this is not mild.
Oh.
I may have undersold it. If you think you're the sort of person that... If you're listening to this podcast and you think you're the sort of person that would like to see things go wrong in real time, you can check out the Conversation App podcast on Twitch and YouTube. We're very easy to find if you go to those platforms and search for the Conversation App podcast. We'll be there. It's got our logo. It's got my face. It's all pink and orange. You can subscribe.
We've been going for nearly an hour in that time. It's
Bloody
only been
hell.
6 minutes here.
Just all quality content. Just like hilarious, hilarious
all pleasant.
jokes after hilarious jokes. It's really, really good. Yeah, come check out the live stream or listen to the podcast. Whatever you're doing, good. Hello.
Hello.
We have 3 stories each, is that right?
Well, I
Ooh.
have 2 interesting... Well, I found these things interesting. I really quite struggled to find some some crimes that I found particularly interesting with enough backstory
Sure.
to go, to actually talk about. So what I've found are some crimes that you've probably heard of, but you may not know everything about them. And I found a couple of funny bits in regards to that. I've
That's
no
cool.
idea if it works. I've kind of gone rogue with this, like Rogue One, the best Star Wars movie.
Yep.
And we're going to see if I should do this again next time or if I should stick to the brief a bit better.
I mean, why even have a brief?
And then I have a little surprise for you, a bit of fun for everyone.
You're not going to dox me, are you? You're not going to do a crime live on air. I just think about, are there any crimes I could admit to or any crimes I could do live on air? And there's just not. We could pretend I'm doing, DVD counterfeiting in the back, but I'm not.
Liam, pirate radio. I've drawn an eye patch on my face with eyeliner.
It's not a crime.
Pirate radio.
It's not a crime.
What's the statute of limitations on... Is it the same as all crime? Or is it longer for, murder and stuff?
I don't know. I'm truly not sure. I won't ask you to say what crime you're asking in relation to, because that would be stupid.
Okay. It would be. It would almost be like a confession.
A taped confession with your face and your voice and everything.
Witnesses and shit.
Who wants to go first? I do not mind.
Well, as you have 3 and then I have 2 and a surprise. Let's do you first.
Okay.
Do yourself.
Oh boy. So I'm just writing down the time. My first...
6:15.
Thank you. My first story is called The Bank Wanker.
Oh, have you named yours?
Like, I've really half-assed it. I've not done, like, the genius Goosebump titles or anything. I've just been like, right, there's a guy in a bank and he does something stupid. Bank wanker, alliteration, rhyme scheme, love it.
So the Goosebump clever, clever Goosebump titles, like it came from beneath the sink.
Yeah. Because there's a whole story within that. Although, admittedly, the story you hear when I say bank wanker is a little more masturbatey than the actual story is, but it's all good.
It does sound wanky, yeah.
But then I didn't do a trigger warning for public masturbation, so it's all good. Right, the bank wanker. This story comes from Reader's Digest Canada. Although why I couldn't find an Reader's Digest Illinois, I do not understand. But in Illinois, a 40-year-old man walked into a bank and handed the cashier a threatening note. The note read, "Be quick, be quit." We think he meant quiet. Give your cash or I'll shoot. He managed to get the apostrophe in the right place, but he misspelt quiet. There's also some weird capitalization in different places. The bank teller handed him $400 out of the register.
Had the little till.
And the thief made his way away. But the piece of paper that he wrote the instruction on was torn off from a larger piece of paper. Detectives found the larger piece of paper outside the bank and matched it up and determined this piece of paper was ripped from this piece of paper because you can't fake those tears. It was the robber's payslip. And it had his name, home address, I imagine some tax information, probably payroll information. So he got done, didn't he? Twat.
Do you think that's why he robbed the bank? He was coming back from the post office, opened his payslip and went, "Well, this is fucking bullshit."
Or like he was hoping that
$400 more.
He was hoping that when detectives matched up the payslip, they'd go, "Ah, yeah, fair enough," and let him off. I get it.
The money.
Yeah. So that's dumb. But it's the fact that like you wouldn't just like use a piece of, you wouldn't get a piece of paper especially to do that, like, or you wouldn't tear it off a notepad or something. Even tearing it off a notepad, you can do that thing with the pencil where you rub it across and you get like the previous note that he wrote, and that's a clue or something, Nancy Drew style. But like, just because that reads like a I'm just gonna do a crime. It's like a real casual deal or like a spur of the moment thing.
Oh, I don't have any paper on me, but I'll tear this bit off.
Or I want to pick up a 6-pack, but like I don't have any loose change on me, so I'm just gonna rob this place.
Hey, there's a bank here.
Why not rob the offie? I mean, don't rob the offie, but like.
Oh, have you seen some of the videos of people trying to rob liquor stores and off licenses? There are some impressive videos that do not go well for the burglars.
In a country where there's widespread like access to firearms, I don't understand how anyone does any crime. I don't understand how anyone leaves the house.
Firearms.
Yeah, even if you have a firearm, what's to say like the person on the counter doesn't have a bigger firearm that they could have a literal bazooka under their desk and you'd never know.
Yeah.
With a bazooka, you wouldn't even have to like show them to fire it. You just face it in the right direction, pull the trigger. You lose half your shot, but then you can put it down as an insurance job because you got robbed, innit?
Well, you could just say, "Please stand back. I have a bazooka under my counter."
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a bad day for everyone.
Or get like a nunchucks or something that's like really unwieldy. Like at least a firearm, you know which way it's going to go because of the pointer. I know pointer's the wrong word, but like with nunchucks, you don't know who that's going to hit. This dude could knock himself out, or he could like take your genitals away from you with it. Like there's no telling.
It's probably going to be you, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. That's why I don't use nunchucks. So that's my first story. It's a real good one.
That is a good one. Now I'm going to which one? Let's do this one first. I'm sure this is one that you would have heard of.
Yeah. Is it Brexit?
allow me to. It was not Brexit, but my God, what a crime against country, humanity, and politics that was. But we're not getting into that.
Also, an actual crime.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
People should be in prison, but they're not because their mates. Anyway, cast your mind back to 1963.
Oh yeah, I remember it well.
You are a train driver.
Oh yeah.
Taking your train full of letters from Glasgow to London in the early hours.
How many
of the
letters?
8th of August. Quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Royal Mail train, so
Right. Fair.
you're gonna
Got a few.
you're gonna have quite a lot. But hark, what is that noise as you go through Buckinghamshire? That, my dear, is the sound of a number of people coming to rob your train.
Oh, not my train.
Holy shit! It's the Great Train Robbery, innit?
That wouldn't go through my mind.
No, that's why
my brain doesn't have a narrator in it.
Well, you wouldn't know what it was because it hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I hope this is the real shitty botched train robbery of 1992, not the one very famous one.
Well, you say it is a very, very famous one.
Yeah, super famous.
I have little facts written down about it.
Joy of joys.
I'm sure that it's more than this, but it has been cited to be included 38 times in pop culture.
Yep, very famous.
So in video games, movies, TV shows, books. 2 of those 38 are for model railways, my favourite of which was a diorama created by the Model Railway Club Luton.
Okay.
They've got a little diorama of the people coming down to... I always imagined them on horses.
Yeah.
Because I think Wild West type train robberies and stuff. But I'm almost certain that they weren't because it was in England.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't have horses in England.
Everyone knows about this. 16 blokes jump on the train, hit the guy with the stick. I think it was a pipe or something.
Yeah.
And they nick loads and loads of money. The equivalent of £55 million in today's money.
So, a train full of letters. Why did it have money?
Well, I mean, it's a train full of stuff, so there would probably be more than just letters. I don't think they went through everyone's birthday cards, taking out the tenors. I'm assuming that... I didn't fucking expect you to ask that question.
Sorry.
I'm assuming that there'd be, like, I don't know, cashier's checks, or is it the premium bonds that's just a piece of paper?
It's probably premium bonds.
It's shit like that, innit?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, yeah, they did that. Successful, right? Weren't they? Wrong, Liam. They were not successful.
Oh, no.
They were stupid.
Yeah? How come?
Well, they'd never really done anything like this before. They,
Shocking.
One of the guys that they hired, like employed, because it was it's a big job, was a retired train driver.
Yeah.
So they wanted him to drive the train, so nothing looked weird. So they got him, and they got him onto the train, and he doesn't know how to drive that particular train.
Oh, come on.
So that's not a good start, is it?
No, that would be a pain.
These nefarious gentlemen steal the money, get off the train, they go to a farm nearby to lay low for a little while.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do when you're in a farm laying low and you just stole a load of money?
Have a nap.
That's right, my friends. Play Monopoly.
With the stolen money?
Using the stolen money as the Monopoly money.
Yes, I love it.
They then took the money and they cleared out, but they left their fingerprints over everything.
Yeah.
I do not think it was very long before all of the folks got rounded up.
Yeah.
Although this This I really love, but I'm so annoyed that this is only partial information. Ronnie Biggs,
Yeah.
who escaped from
Yes, he did.
prison
Yeah.
for 35 years, lived in Australia and Brazil. I don't know how you. I don't know how you would relocate like that when you're on the run, because surely someone somewhere will go, "And you, Ronnie Biggs."
Yeah, but people don't care about British crimes because we're not that popular of a country, because we've been like the biggest bullies for the most amount of time. So they're not going to
I would
extradite because they
agree.
don't care.
I would say, like, some people might say something offensive about Australia with British criminals going over there, but that would be mean, so I shan't. I like Australians. You have nice voices. Not funny.
You
just
smell
true.
terrible, but your
It's
voices
kind
are
of
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, crikey. And other less offensive accents. Yeah, he went and lived there for a while.
Yeah.
He died recently.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
I say, well, within the last 5 years, I believe.
Within my memory.
There was an auction for a number of items from the Great Train Robbery. One of which was the little book where, like, people sign it, the prisoners sign in and sign out with exercise.
Right.
Like, I went out at this time. Screw signed me out, and I'll be signed in. Except this was the one where Ronnie Biggs escaped. So
Right.
it has him signing out, but never signing back in.
Oh, that's fun.
That went up for auction. I think that sold for £1,000. And something I'm so annoyed that I've spent 3 days looking for the actual price of the next thing that's sold, and I've been unable to find it.
Yeah.
But if I can find it and I can afford it, I want this. I want to buy it. Because also at that auction, from the Monopoly board, was the get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
I have looked and looked to try and find this card. It even has a fingerprint on from one of the criminals, but I cannot find the price of it anywhere. And I swear, if I can afford it, I would buy that.
That's really funny.
Now.
That's so good. I found the BBC article about the Monopoly auction.
But it doesn't give a price or anything anywhere that I've been able to see.
No.
Which is a shame. But oh well.
Because it's interesting with Ronnie Biggs, because like as a child I remember his I can't remember if it was his escape that was like very public news, or like that them trying to extradite him back to the UK or whatever. I remember that, and him being in the news. I can't remember specifically why, and I remember thinking, oh, what a dude, and my parents being like, well, no, he did do crimes, and he was objectively not a nice person. He knocked out a train driver, and he ran away with a bunch of money. But there was just there was just something about it that I was just like, yeah, good for him, running away from the Rozzers and all that. And I think that's the earliest example of me being contrarian.
I agree with you. I mean, there is slight, almost, particularly now as included in this, they did hit the bloke in the head quite hard.
Yeah.
He did survive. He was okay, but he had headaches for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we all
that
have
bit's
headaches,
less
mate.
Funny. But he had it because he got hit in the head with a
Oh,
train robbery
I just
stick.
have it from anxiety, I guess.
Or dehydration.
And
one
that.
of the two.
If I stand up too fast, sometimes then.
It's sort of like the Cray twins. I've never really looked into the things the Cray twins did.
Yeah.
I mean, I still know about the Cray twins when I don't know when they both died. For those who don't know, the Cray twins, big London gangsters of the 80s, I think. I'm sure they did absolutely awful things. in my head, they just sort it because I knew of them as a child. They're just a bit like, oh, they're the criminals, they're the gangsters, the cartoony style things that you know when you're that age.
Yeah.
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 I
know what you mean.
I found out that I found out. I know one of the Cray twins was gay.
Yes.
I can't remember if it was Ronnie or Reggie.
Mm.
Both of them are played by Tom Hardy in the movie.
Tom Hardy and a mirror.
And it's Tom Hardy twice.
Yeah.
I think. But at these big meetings with crime bosses and stuff, they'd be sat at the top of the table. They'd all be going, "All right, lads, this is Pablo," and they'd have this beautiful young Italian boy standing next to him, sort of being his trophy boy for the week or whatever. You know, oh, isn't he gorgeous? And all these monsters are, oh yes, he is, sir. Yes, absolutely. Oh, that again strikes me very funny.
Yeah.
But obviously, they were probably hardened and terrifying criminals, most likely, that did a lot of unpleasant stuff.
Oh yeah.
But enough of that, Liam.
It's all good.
On to funny crimes, please.
Okay. Let me write down the time again. 30, 28. Good job.
6:15.
Oh, I wrote down the wrong time. I only have one job.
No. Well, and cables.
And all the cables. Okay, so this one is called cat shaving. Your face. Yeah. This is when I said the mild discomfort of pets. I didn't mean like, oh, his cat flaps a little too small. No, cat shaving. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, cat flaps would be quite funny.
Gross.
And I'm very glad you did go with something like shaven pussy.
No, I was trying to take the high road, and here we are back in the low road anyway.
Although cat flaps just sounds wrong, man.
It really does, man. That's gross. Good. You're awful. WTVR.com is where I got this story. Virginia, 2017. A small city called Waynesboro. Here's a quote from a poster in the area. Several neighborhood cats have been abducted and had their lower abdomens and groin areas shaved. This is very upsetting for the cats and their owners. Not the entire cat.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
Before we find out why.
Okay. We won't, by the way.
You say from
but go
the
ahead.
Abdomen downwards.
Yes.
This is making me think of like, how would a cat wear trousers?
Okay.
So like,
that's a tangent.
Is it like the back legs and the butt?
No.
All the way up to where a belly button might be?
No.
Or is it just like
abdomen and groin? So it's not the legs, it's not the tail, it's the tummy and the butt.
So it's sort of like big pants. High-waisted pants on the cat, if you were to imagine that.
Okay, if we use the human body as an analogue, it would be the front tummy.
Just the front tummy,
the front, not the back. Just
it helps me to visualise this.
The cat's underneath.
The underneath, the soft underbelly.
The soft underbelly, the lower tummy and groin areas. Okay. Just the stomach area and groin. Police received 7 separate incidents over the course of 5 months. The cats are all pissed off and cold. Here are some quotes from the owners. He's real skittish and feels weird around people now. She doesn't like to be picked up anymore, and it hurts because she can't tell me. I know it probably hurt her, but not physically, just mentally, and that has to be really hard on her, knowing she can't tell me about it. Because that cat was really, really upfront about all of day-to-day goings on of being a cat.
She always used to gossip with me.
We used to sit and she'd talk through EastEnders,
Couldn't get a word in edgeways before.
No.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's
I found that probably funnier than I should have done.
That's the entire story because they didn't find whoever did it.
What?
They didn't find him. So someone got away with it. Whatever it was they were doing. And whatever follow-up questions you have, I don't have answers to because that is all the information on this crime.
No, I just want. So was this was on a plane?
No.
What? They were just getting shaved.
Yeah.
Cats were randomly turning up.
Why do you think it's on a... No, the cats would, like, go out in the morning like cats do.
They fuck off as cats do, and then they come back and they've been shaved on the belly and the...
underneath. Yes. Five separate cats. Sorry, 7 cats, 5 months. One city.
One kitty.
City.
City kitty.
Dumbass.
Well, okay. I'm trying to think what could have been going on. I think my brain went... I think I sort of added the aeroplane in my head because I was thinking of trying to smuggle diamonds.
The crime wouldn't be my cat has been shaven. The crime would have been someone's actually cut open my animal, put things inside it, and then cut it open a second time to get the things out. The crime wouldn't be they shaved the animal in order to cut it open.
That'd be really difficult to do.
Yes.
On a plane. That would make no sense. That's stupid.
Sure.
So possibly cheeky little pranksters going round
shaving cats.
Giving kitty cats a Brazilian.
But I don't know how you get close to the cats because we've got cats like back and forth in our garden, and like most of them, the second they see you, they disappear. They don't want to know you. But so like I don't know how over the course of 5 months you managed to get close enough to 7 cats to shave them.
That's I don't know. That's about 3 weeks per cat.
That is about 3 weeks per cat.
Wow, that.
Yep.
Okay. Do you ever watch those unsolved mysteries on Netflix?
Yes, I watch the new series of Unsolved Mysteries.
They're very interesting, but also quite unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all. I don't want to liken what you just did to that, because then I think that might feels like I would be diminishing the production value somewhat of the actual Netflix show.
Yes.
But you made me feel the same thing.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I never will. Almost feel like I've wasted my time listening to it.
It's worth looking up the forums that have come from Unsolved Mysteries, because they have, I think, solved or nearly solved some of those crimes, some of those disappearances.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's worth finding like the Facebook groups that are based on Unsolved Mysteries, because you do get some closure. So that's fun. Mine,
cool.
Yeah, we just don't get to know.
Have a look.
Hang on, let me search that website, see if there is an update. I don't believe there has been, because this is a 2017 crime.
Case.
No, and it's in fact it's so old that most of the images for the of the cats and stuff don't load, which is annoying. But whatever. That's my cat shaving one.
Ah, okay. That was. I mean, it was unexpected.
It was certainly unexpected.
Right, I need to get some information out here.
I was really hoping you were going to have props.
Hey, I've drawn a eye patch on my face because it's, pirate radio. I don't have.
It is pirate radio.
I wanted to get I wanted to get a hat or something, but
But with the economy how it is,
shit don't go your way sometimes, do it?
That's very true. Sometimes.
Now, Liam, if you will, come out of 1963.
I'm gay. Oh,
Buckinghamshire.
sorry.
Okay, no, that's
not
a
what you
different
wanted.
live stream. You saucy bitch.
I thought you wanted me to come out.
Yes, come out. Step away from 1963.
I'm gay.
Buckinghamshire. Thank you, if you would.
I have.
And come with me to November 1971.
Right.
The 24th of November 1971 to be exact.
Okay.
You're chilling out. You're sat in a Boeing 727. Of course you are. You're a busy guy. You've got places to be. Where are you going, you ask? You're in America. You're in between Portland and Seattle. It's the afternoon. You're having a gin and tonic. Perhaps even a Bloody Mary. Apparently, having a Bloody Mary on planes makes them taste better. Don't know why. I don't like Bloody Marys. Just give me the vodka.
I don't like planes. Just give me the vodka.
There we go. But what's this? A man has stood up, regardless of the fact that the little seat belt light is on. I don't know if they had them back in the 70s. Who knew?
Who knows?
And heavens me, is that DB Cooper? You say, knowingly.
Knowing who that
being
is.
aware of the person who it is before they did the thing that they're known for.
I don't know who that is, and I don't know what they did.
This man, DB Cooper,
Yeah.
extorts $200,000 in ransom of the plane. It's equivalent to, let me look at the maths.
Oh no, I do know this.
$1,260,000 in today's money.
Yeah.
And then what does he do, Liam? If you know this story, do you know what he does?
He buggers off, and that's it.
He hocks himself out of the plane.
Yep.
And is never seen again.
Yep.
He does have a parachute. He's not a complete idiot. But essentially, that's all we know. The FBI kept the investigation active for 45 years. His name isn't DB Cooper. He actually booked the ticket under the name Dan Cooper.
That could be what
Not the
D
bloke
stands
that I know
for.
from the pub. But he was a pseudonym that he booked under the ticket under, so it wasn't his real name. Or maybe it was, and he was doing like some, fancy double bluff shit.
Yeah.
A number of theories have been some people think that he died. Some people think he went this way. Some people think he went that way. Some money was found in 1980 in the Columbia River. Found by an 8-year-old boy. They had almost disintegrated, so it weren't worth much.
Yeah.
But they found a fuck ton of money there, but not all of the money. They found a little bit of what could be parachute cord, a little bit of what could be backpack, but they ain't found him. They've not found the rest of the money. So, me thinks he might have got away with it, or he got eaten by bears.
Either or.
He could have been eaten by bears, but yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes,
so
please ask.
he ransomed the plane that he had hijacked whilst it was in the air.
Yes.
And then he parachuted out.
Yes.
How did he get money in the air?
Well, I'm thinking that he probably got money from the people on the plane.
Right.
Or
Oh, I see.
So he probably would have taken money from the passengers, and I'm guessing the plane must have a certain amount of money on it anyway.
So it wasn't so
at
much.
that time.
It wasn't so much a ransom as just a mid-air robbery.
It was more a mid-air robbery, yes.
Ransom is easier to remember.
I believe. Let me just double check that for you.
Yeah, I'm on the
Again,
Wikipedia. There's so many suspects. Holy crap!
Oh, I'm getting to that, my friend.
Wow. That's so crazy.
Wow, that's a lot for me to read very, very quickly.
Go, go, go.
Oh, I think right, so the plane landed,
Okay.
and then he stayed. They gave the money to him, and then he stayed on the plane.
Right.
It got up in the air, and then he jumped off.
Oh, okay. So it landed. He got his. So it was more of a ransom. It landed. He got his ransom, and then he made the plane take off again, and then he jumped out.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a bit that I didn't even think to look up, and I apologise for not doing so.
I'm really good at asking questions people don't have answers for. I'm really annoying in like staff meetings.
No, that's cool. It means we all learn.
That's true. We all Google very frantically, and then we all learn something.
We do indeed, and yes, you're right saying that there was a lot of suspects.
Jesus, yeah.
The FBI said that there were well over 1,000, I believe.
Because he's the most generic looking guy.
Yeah.
He just looks like, if you think like 1970s
5'10",
bloke, that's what he looks like.
5'10", brown eyes, and that's pretty much all the description. Yeah, he's just got a very everyman sort of look.
Yeah.
The bits that I wanted to bring your attention to.
Yes.
Some copycat hijackings, almost all of which I think took place. Yes, all of these 15 were attempted in 1972. So people really don't know if they put that much planning into it. If it was just the next, 2 months away.
Yeah,
it was nearly the end of. So less than a year's preparation went into some of these. Many of them just like 2 days later they've been found. Let me see. Oh God, I've lost this guy's name. I apologize.
Oh no.
He did pretty well. He got the ransom money, and as he was putting on the parachute, he put his gun down.
Right.
And then the crew just sort of rushed him and held him down while he was trying to put his parachute on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Didn't work very well there for him. Now, the chap that I would like to bring most attention to is one Rob Dolin Heddy.
That's hard to say.
A paratrooper and Vietnam veteran. Went on a 727, same as DB Cooper, extorted $200,000 and 2 parachutes. He jumps into the darkness near Washoe Lake, about 25 miles south of Reno. So guess that's pretty much where the police start looking. And they found his car that had a United States Parachute Association bumper sticker on it, and then they just waited near that.
Yeah.
And then he turned up the next morning.
Wow. That's amazing.
So it worked for DB Cooper.
Foiled by bumper stickers again.
But, it worked for him. Doesn't mean it's going to work for anyone else.
But then
there's been some people who have had tracking devices put in their parachutes that they've asked for.
Right.
Wonder why they got found.
Yeah.
But one little middle finger to Cooper. He's the reason why we have everyone gets searched on planes.
Oh, really?
He's the reason why your bags and all that. Because to just stop and search would be against the Fourth Amendment.
Sure.
Of the American Constitution, unless it's everyone.
Right.
So you got to search everyone because it's not allowed to just stop some people. Although I'm sure that there's special searches and shit.
Oh yeah, if you're not Caucasian. But that was 9/11, not DB Cooper.
Yeah, I don't think DB Cooper did 9/11.
You can't prove he didn't.
I can't prove he didn't at the moment because it's not on his Wikipedia page. And to be fair, on his Wikipedia page, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot.
So yeah,
Very good.
there's my bit of fun.
Nice one.
See, I had quite light, almost jolly crimes.
Yeah. Emma Hewer says that they are called random searches. They are called that. That's true. That is what they call them. Right, my last story.
Was it just little tip to any punks planning on going to America?
Yeah.
Just de-punk a little bit for the plane. Because when I went to New York, I was very much in a punk and goth phase. I had rings, earrings, necklaces, steel toe cap boots,
Trench coat?
studded jacket. Oh no, I didn't take my trench coat with me. And a big study belt. Oh, they want you to take all of that off.
Yeah, they do. Did you not think that?
I went with quite a large group of people. I had to go first through the BP thing, and I would still come out last.
Yep.
Of a group of like 20 people.
Yep.
When we went to the Statue of Liberty, I just finished putting everything back on when we then had to get off of the boat, and I had to take it all off again.
Yeah.
Because apparently, well, there was a lot of fear at that time.
There's always a lot of fear.
Yeah.
That's the cost of looking cool. That's what we don't talk about.
What, fear?
Yeah, fear. My last story is called The Porn Inspector.
Good heavens.
Yes.
Please tell me the porn inspector.
This comes from the Smoking Gun website. Colorado, 2008. Chap called Andrew Libby walks into a video store and claimed that he worked for the state's age verification unit, and he would need copies of pornographic tapes to verify that the performers were all of legal age. I mean, which is good. That's a good thing.
That is the right. Yes. Go on.
That's the sort of thing that actually, if it existed, I guess would be fair enough.
Yes.
Especially with what's going on with Pornhub right now. There's a crackdown on human trafficking linked to Pornhub.
I saw that, and I was quite surprised. Because Pornhub has always... I mean, the only thing I know about Pornhub is porn.
Hub.
And then a number of times they've done shit like Save the Whales, where like every 10,000 videos watched, they'll give like $1,000 or something to whales.
Yeah, jacking it for whales.
However many videos have been watched, they'll plant X amount of trees per video.
Yeah.
Things like that. All seemed pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that all seems cool to me. And then this, I know nothing about.
The unfortunate thing.
Obviously, if this is happening, it's abhorrent and terrible and bad. Don't think I needed to say that, but
I have no further information on this. I only know that is an investigation that happened recently. I just wanted to bring that up because if you were to have an age verification unit in each states of America, a good thing, as you say, and very forward thinking of 2008. Except that's not a thing.
Okay.
Even if that was a thing, you wouldn't investigate a shop, would you? You'd investigate production companies.
Sure.
Well, production companies, the people that make it, and then maybe the distributors. It's not like the clerks had a camera in the back room and were doing DIY porn that they were then selling. Probably.
Hey, they might have been.
He made a badge. He had a porn inspector badge. It didn't work. And the clerks were just like, do one. That's obviously not a thing. He came back twice to the same store with the same story. At the third time, the clerks were like, this guy's nuts. And they approached the police with the surveillance footage, and then a very brief survey of the local shady underworld underworld dealings later, the police honed in on a slope-browed, ponytailed man, and they did him for impersonating police. I have a ponytail, but it makes perfect sense that this dude had a ponytail.
And was it slope-browed?
Slope-browed.
Wow.
I mean, I do feel personally attacked by this description. Yeah,
it feels a little rude.
The porn inspector. Not a thing. Maybe it should be.
There are. I used to watch a show called The Real Hustle, and I loved watching Darren Brown and shows like that.
Yeah.
And there is something in the mentality of the people in modern society where if you wear a luminous jacket and have a clipboard, and even adding more of these things make it even better. A hard hat, sometimes when it's appropriate, and like a little, what is it, like an identity badge, a lanyard, yes. People will do whatever the fuck you say.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just somehow wired in there. There's been, like, in this show, they would go into pubs and just take the fruit machines.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I think they'd have, like, some little bullshit form. They probably cased the joint.
Yeah.
To make sure that they knew that it was maybe one of the less experienced members of staff or something, and that it was quite a quiet day and what have you. But it's just like, yeah, we got to take this for repairs, and they'll just lift it and they'll go.
Wouldn't you want to do it on a busy day? Like, yeah, you've got to navigate more people, but in terms of what the bar staff are paying attention to, surely a busy day is then better.
But if it's a busier day, then you will probably have more experienced staff on.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you know, it's also... So maybe he was trying to go along that sort of thing. But wow, to go back to the same place 3 times?
It's tricky, because I think the reason that didn't work, whereas your examples would, is I think it's to do with what the other party needs to do. So in the example of the money machines, it's just a case of, you don't need to do anything. We've got to take this. You've just got to let us. That's it. Whereas I need you to give me a big pile of porno requires a little more action on the part of the clerk, and I think that's where it falls on its ass. Usually, it's what are you asking the person to do, or are you just asking them to let you do something?
Yeah, it's more, this person's giving me a job, but I have to go and do that. Why do I have to do that instead of they've got to do what? Oh, all right, just let them get on with it, fine.
Yeah. And it's the same as, like, if you wear a hard hat and a luminous vest and a lanyard, and you stand in a road and you just, like, point people to go around, that's fine, because that's not really going out of their way. Like, I mean, it literally is slightly. But it's compared to, like, if you're wearing a vest and you ask people to give you a tenner, they're not going to, because that's such a big ask, and it's an obvious invasion of your personal finances.
If you're wearing a suit, you're more likely to be given £1 change than if you're dressed as a chav.
Yeah. Which is
that was on Brainiac.
Silly. I remember Brainiac. They only faked some of the stunts.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. They had Status Quo on there for no reason.
Because Status Quo is probably the reason.
So that's my story of the porn inspector.
Ah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Liam.
Hi.
Good Lord.
Oh, God.
That's all of your stories, isn't it?
That's all of my stories. Are you about to dox me?
I've also finished all of my stories. Would you say that you are now pretty up on crime?
Are you going to ask me to commit a crime?
No, but I'm asking you to yes and me with this. Would you say
sorry. You got
you're now pretty close to an expert on crime?
I would go one further, as per the yes and stipulation. I would say that I am absolutely an expert in crime, and what's more, I think you are too.
Well, we'll soon find out if that's the true. For I have invented, well, I've not invented, but I have put together a little quiz for you, buddy.
Oh no.
We are about to. Are you ready to play?
I'm so ready.
Florida Can with Florida Man. Dun 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 dun. Florida Man.
How does that name work again?
Because Florida Can, I wanted it to rhyme, and that's how I did it.
I'm a big supporter of effort versus outcome. Like if you do a crappy job but you tried really hard, like I'm into it.
The sad thing is I spent around 5 minutes trying to think of how I could make anything.
Hang on, before we get into the quiz, what's the? I want to have a run at the title. So like, what am I doing?
Well, I am going to give you the beginnings of a genuine headline with something to do with Florida Man. For those who don't know, Florida Man is almost a superhero. Because there's so many odd news stories that start off with Florida Man does something weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you examples of
Florida Man
the beginnings,
stories.
rather, of Florida Man headlines, and then I'm going to give you options, and you have to pick which one you think actually finishes it.
Florida plans with Florida Man.
Oh, dude, some of these could not possibly be planned.
So for the benefit of listeners, I think it's worth pointing out that this is not the same person. Florida Man is just because you can't always name someone when they do something stupid in a paper, so they just say Florida Man or Chicago Man or whatever. But it reads like a superhero because Florida Man or They Might Be Giants song. Okay, bring it. Let's do it.
Florida Man released on bail after using apartment wall for target practice, shooting at a Walmart, or shooting hoopla without a permit.
I don't believe you need a permit for hoopla.
You've never played with me.
I also don't think that what you do in the privacy of your own home, illegal or otherwise, is necessarily newsworthy. So I'm going with shooting at a Walmart.
I'm going with B, shooting at a Walmart. Unfortunately, it's A, using apartment wall for target practice.
Okay,
This
fair
was
enough.
Ivan Back 61.
Wow.
I really have to wonder how bad was he that he had to use a whole wall.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the walls is behind him.
Right. Yeah.
And a fair amount of, just don't go left or right, and you're probably going to hit it.
Right. Yeah.
Surely.
So what was the? So the target practice was just hit the wall, not.
I guess I'm.
Or did he paint
go...
like a sequence of like scores on the wall, and then you've got to hit them?
I'll be honest, dude. This is mainly just from headlines.
Just headlines. Okay, fine. I assumed there was a level of research here. My bad.
Not all of them. To be fair, I only know that Ivan Buck was 61 because it's under the picture that
Fair
goes
enough.
with the headline.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Hit me with another.
That was no points for you.
No, apparently not.
The next one. Florida man on drugs. A, turns his life around after spending 2 hours talking to a tree. B, kills his imaginary friend and turns himself in. Or C, asks Netflix if it's still watching him.
I get that last one as a Ben joke.
Hey, you don't know. Florida man's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it's... So it was turn his life around after talking to a tree, or kills imaginary friend and turns himself in.
Yes.
I think it's B.
Think it's B?
Yeah.
It was B. Kills imaginary friends and turns himself in.
Nice.
This is not going to be great for podcast people.
Because it's
and
imaginary.
I don't think it's even going to be great for Liam, but there is a picture of the man.
Oh,
and he is
good lord.
So much remorse in those sad little eyes.
Podcast listeners, if you want to go back in time and watch the live stream at about the 1 hour 50 mark, Ben shows the photo. He looks like someone who would have to have imaginary friends.
He looks well sad, and
Yeah.
but to be fair, apart from the drugs, no crime was actually committed.
Yes.
But then the drugs probably got him put in prison.
Yeah. Still a crime.
Okay. Florida man tries to rob GameStop. A, dressed in a Mario hat. B, wearing Princess Daisy's dress. Or C, wearing a transparent bag on his head.
Daisy's dress.
Daisy's dress.
From...
Daisy is, I think Daisy's Luigi's girlfriend. So Mario has Peach, Luigi has Daisy. She's got brown hair, yellow dress.
I don't think there's enough merchandise of the ancillary characters in the Mario universe for there to be a man-sized dress of one of these characters, but I could believe there's a man-sized Mario hat. What was the third option?
Third one, wearing transparent bag on his head.
The Mario hat one.
You going for Mario
I'm
hat?
going for Mario hat.
Florida man tries to rob GameStop wearing a transparent bag on his head, Liam.
Oh.
It's so they can't see him, but he can still see out. Obviously.
They can't see him.
Because he's got a bag on his head.
But it's...
But he can see out because it's see-through.
But... It's not two-way glass, is it?
No, but he's got a bag on his head, so you wouldn't be able to see him.
I feel like that would draw more attention to him.
You would think.
Okay. And that went wrong, did it?
It did go wrong.
Shocking.
He got caught.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Amazing.
Okay, we're going slightly off, and then I have one more Florida man. So we have another Florida woman.
Oh God.
Arrested for
a woman.
So another Florida woman arrested for stealing from a church toilet.
Right.
Getting naked and touching herself in front of traffic. Or copying the first one.
When you say another, does that imply that this has happened before? The same crime has happened before in the same place? Is that the implication?
That's what the headline implies, yes.
Okay. I'm going for the stopping traffic and masturbating thing only because I think I heard this.
So you're going for getting naked and touching herself in front of traffic?
Yes, please.
You are correct, sir. This means at least 2 ladies have got naked and
chilled off.
Had a fiddle.
Yeah.
In front of parked cars.
In Florida.
In Florida.
Amazing.
So I think you're 2 for 2 at the moment. You've got 2 good, 2 wrong. Right now, I think.
Aren't we on number 3? Oh no, you're right. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
My bad.
2 out of.
Not
two good,
not
two
that I'm
bad.
going to win anything, I assume, but
Hey, you might win something.
that's true. You don't have to think of a prize.
Okay. No. Well, we'll do something on Instagram. We will have. You can I'll take a picture of myself with this on, with my eye patch,
Okay.
and then you can write the caption, and that will go on my Instagram. How about that? If you win.
Okay. That sounds grand.
That's the first thing that popped into my head because I can't give you a cuddle because social distancing.
Emma Hewer on YouTube says there was a guy who robbed a bookies with a large dead fish on his head. Witnesses were so busy looking at the fish that no one could identify the man.
See, now that's some kind of crazy smart.
Yeah. That's the Boris Johnson dead cat technique right there. You baffle them with
It
how
is.
inept you are that they don't ask what you're doing.
You drive little buses and paint people. Fucking weirdo.
Wonderful bus. Wonderful bus.
Oh, wonderful bus.
I made a song about wonderful buses. It's a laugh.
I really want to go. British man,
That's a wonderful
entire
bus.
country.
Yeah.
That's it. Florida cops.
Oh God.
Florida cops taser naked burglar who pooped and masturbated when homeowner pulled a gun. Florida cops taser naked homeowner who pooped and masturbated when burglar pulled a
Oh
gun.
God, I'm gonna need a diagram for this.
Florida cops should be dismantled and replaced with a better community-supported structure. Which of those was a real headline?
I mean the third one, I hope, but I feel like basic game theory would dictate that one of the first two is true, playing the odds. But I think like you're aware of game theory, so I'm going to go with number 3. Because I don't want to have to wrap my head around like those two alternate versions of the same thing. Because we all know what happened when I was faced with that getting to know you with a positive and a negative. I just straight up melted. So let's not bother with that. I reckon it's number 3.
Sorry, I've just made a slight amendment to this. Number 3 is now should be dismantled and replaced with a better community-supported structure because that's well good in it.
Okay, so I imagine that would not make it onto a headline.
No, I thought that that would be
The
like
red.
social commenty enough for you to
Okay.
realise that was me putting that in there.
Right.
So now you've got a naked burglar who pooped and masturbated when the homeowner pulled a gun, or you've got a naked homeowner who pooped and masturbated when a burglar pulled a gun. Which one of those was tased?
So the police tasered someone.
Yep.
It was either a burglar broke in and pooped and masturbated when the homeowner pulled a gun on him.
Yes.
So one person pulled a gun and one person pooped and
Pooped
masturbated.
and masturbated. And the pooper and wanker was tased.
So
by
one
the police.
person pulled a gun, the other person was tasered because he was pooping and masturbating.
Yes.
So I've got to decide which one of these was the homeowner and which one was the robber.
Yes.
So obviously it would be a bigger story if the wrong person was tasered. And in this situation, the homeowner being tasered would therefore be the bigger story. So I think that.
You think the homeowner?
I think the homeowner was tasered. Oh wait, no, hang on, because the robber wouldn't pull a gun. The robber would have a gun, whereas a homeowner would pull a gun, because surely, if you're being robbed, you're startled and then you pull a gun. If you're a robber, you have your gun in your hand because you're a robber. So,
Sure.
hang on, I think I've got it. I think that the robber was tasered whilst pooping and masturbating because the homeowner pulled a gun.
Well,
Please.
there was a lot going on with that.
Yep. Yep.
Liam, I'm afraid
Yeah.
that you are correct. It was the burglar pooping and masturbating
Worth it.
when the homeowner pulled a gun.
Worth it.
Points for you, good sir. Now, I'm really glad you got that one right
Yeah, why's that?
because you're now 3 against 2. So
Yes,
you're
I am.
3 right 2 wrong.
Yes, I am. And I'm so glad you can't see what's going on the screen.
I'm scared. Please don't be Googling Florida Man stuff.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Cool.
Carry on.
Hang on. Is this weird stuff going on in the chat?
No, it's fine. No, I just took because you said my prize was to get your face on Instagram.
Okay.
I just pulled up the snipping tool and got a screenshot of your face, but it just paused in a very unfortunate. So you've got that kind of face going on. It's pretty good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your last question.
Okay.
If you get this right, you get to do shit with that picture.
Oh, I thought there were 5. My bad. Okay.
No, there are 6. If you
Right.
get this right, you get to do the picture thing.
Oh, I was premature with my snipping.
If you get it wrong, then you're 50-50. We have a tie-break question.
Okay.
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 See, I put thought into this.
Yes, I suppose so.
Back to Florida Man.
Back to Florida Man.
Florida Man uses ironing board to surf down the road outside local school. Florida Man recreates the last scene from Titanic by throwing his mother's jewellery into a pond. Florida Man disguises himself in bull costume as he tries to burn down former lover's house with pasta sauce.
He tries to burn down a house with pasta sauce.
I'll read that last one again. Disguises himself in a bull costume as he tries to burn down former lover's house with pasta sauce.
He tries to burn down a house with pasta sauce. How does that work? Like,
Hey, maybe he surfed down a road on an ironing board.
yeah, maybe. But, like, I'm just trying to think if that's feasible. So what, you just pour pasta sauce on a house and be like, look at those flames. That's a real burning inferno. Okay. So it's either tries to burn down his ex-partner's house with a liquid, surfing on, what was it? Surfing past the school.
Ironing boards to surf down the road outside of local school.
Okay.
Or recreates the last scene from Titanic by throwing his mother's jewellery into a pond.
What was the last scene from Titanic? Was surely the man not getting on the door and then dying by drowning. There isn't jewellery in the last scene, is there?
I thought it... Is it not where she throws the necklace into the water? She drops it into the sea. Like she gives it back to Jack or something. I've not seen Titanic. I've seen the Rick and Morty episode where Jerry goes to the Titanic and they take the mick out of that.
So you've not seen Titanic.
I've not seen it in its entirety. I've seen little clips.
So does that mean
I couldn't give you a timeline personally.
Is that the answer because you don't know what the last scene of Titanic is then?
Well, maybe you don't know what the last scene of Titanic is.
Yeah, but I didn't make a quiz.
No. You didn't make a quiz, did you, Liam?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
Well.
Okay, so trying to surf past a school on an ironing board doesn't feel like a crime. It just feels a bit stupid.
Hey, these are headlines.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't have to be a crime to be
crimes.
newsworthy, but it has to be a crime to be in keeping with the story, with the subject of the podcast. I'm going to go for the pasta sauce one.
You're going... Florida man disguises himself in bull costume as he tries to burn down former lover's house with pasta sauce.
Yeah, because the pasta sauce bit already doesn't make sense. So then you add the bull costume onto that, and it's sort of so specific that I feel like it's got to be real. That's my logic there.
Good points for logic. That's actually the right one.
I used my logic brain because
Florida man did
all of them are
disguise
just
himself in
like
a bull
all of
costume.
them are like what, but like if you're gonna make something up, trying to burn something down with a liquid is enough for a made up story. You wouldn't add on a costume. That's why I went that way. Yay!
You win. You
I win.
That snapshot wasn't a waste of time. Good
Oh,
for you,
boy.
buddy. How do I delete Google documents? I don't need this
I don't
shit
think
anymore.
you do. I think they're forever.
Oh. Oh well.
I will take ideas from the chat as to what Ben should post under a picture of himself. If anyone has any good ideas, do let me know. Outstanding.
So yeah, that was my. Did you enjoy my little quiz?
I love the little quiz. That was great.
Thanks.
That's all good.
Yeah.
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 Quiz, baby.
Quiz babies.
Ah.
Ah,
Well, that was a podcast, wasn't it?
that was a podcast. We do have a couple bits that we wrap up
Oh
with.
shit, we've not finished.
We
Good
have
point.
not.
I was so excited about my finale of the quiz that I've forgotten that we're not done yet.
I have an animation for the good news segment that I'm like 80% certain won't work. Shall we try it?
Sure.
Okay, here it is.
Good news, everyone!
Now the problem is I have no idea if that worked. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure you all saw it, but I don't know if you heard it.
There
There's truly no way to know. So I'm either a genius or I suck.
I don't have my sound on.
Me neither, because that would be a distraction. So I'm going to watch that back, and then we'll see.
I mean, it worked. I don't know if it made noise.
It worked. Yay! I'm a genius. Okay, do you have any good news?
Oh, I've just remembered that I had the first murder victim in history saved on my phone, but I'll get rid of that because it's murder and we've finished with this bit.
Yeah, you're late.
I have got some good news.
Oh yeah, go on.
So the founder of Jelly Belly, the company that makes like the jelly beans.
Oh, like the jelly
They
bean
make-
company.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
make
yeah.
all of the fancy jelly beans. They do the Harry Potter ones as well. He's getting ready to retire
Yeah.
and has decided to leave one of his factories to someone who essentially finds a golden ticket. He's going full
Oh.
Willy Wonka. He started going across the US and hiding golden tickets attached to like necklace chains, like across the country where he comes across an interesting story.
Okay.
They're going to release a riddle to help you find the golden tickets across the 50 states of America. I don't know if this is necessarily great that they say that their aim is to get people out and about with their families. Right now, maybe let's postpone it maybe for a little bit. But yeah, you can go to thegoldticket.com. That's for our American listeners.
I guess the
Probably.
golden ticket is copyrighted, isn't it? So the gold ticket.
So yeah, the gold ticket. Each of the 50 golden tickets are worth $5,000.
Ooh.
So if you find one of them, you got $5 grand, not 50. It costs $49.99 to enter.
Okay.
So it's 50 quid. You could win 500. So you could 100 times your money if you manage to find one of these.
Okay.
And anyone who joins at least one treasure hunt will then be eligible to search for the ultimate treasure. Wow, my phone's being really rubbish whilst I'm trying to read from the notes that I've made. Yeah, you will get the ownership deed to one of his actual candy shops, the factories. and you get all expense paid trip to your factory to learn, like, it actually says candy making university, but I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not.
That sounds like porn.
But I suppose there might be, like, because culinary school,
Yeah.
there'd be lots of subsections of that. So why
Yeah.
wouldn't there be a candy university?
Yeah, fair.
I doubt it's like Harvard.
So hang on, let me get the system right. So there's these tickets spread out over the USA, and you pay $50 to join the search to find one of these tickets in your local area.
I believe that it seems to me that there is one per state, perhaps.
Okay, so then you basically you pay your $50 and you have a chance, if you work out the riddle and find the thing, of getting $5,000. That's the gamble.
Which is one golden ticket, yes.
So then whether or not you find a gold ticket is irrelevant, because if you pay your $50, there's then a sweepstake to become Mr. Candyman.
It would appear so.
Or one of several Mr. So he's not giving away his empire, he's giving away the individual factories.
He's giving away one factory.
Just a single factory.
A single factory, which, you know...
Does he only have one factory?
I think he's got multiple, but he's only giving away one.
Okay, that's still pretty cool.
But, you know, yeah, that's a hell of a thing to add to your portfolio if you end up with, like, being, you know, you've got a successful jelly bean company for $49.
Yeah, but, like, that's not a LinkedIn headline, is it? Like, I was gambling for a bit and now I have a jelly bean factory.
Hey, it works for most American politicians.
Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's very Wonka-esque. You're quite right.
Yeah, I thought, you know, it's, whether you say it's good news, it's definitely fun news, I think.
So, full disclosure, Laura found this good news story.
Oh, cheating.
Yeah, I am. Timpson, who you may know, I believe they do key cutting. The Timpson group includes Snappy Snaps.
They do shoe repairs.
Johnson and Jeeves Dry Cleaning. Johnson and something Dry Cleaning. I can't read her handwriting. They are very good employers. They hire a large number of ex-offenders and previous incarcerants.
I think convicts. Convicts? But convicts sounds aggressive.
Does a bit.
Because of films, but they've been convicted of some crime. But yes,
So this sort of reminded me of our pro Ben and Jerry's stance.
Ben and Jerry's.
A very hard line taken there. What a hill to die on.
I would like to say that I have spent so much money on Ben and Jerry's since.
Same. Yeah. They
getting chubby.
As well as employing a large number of previous offenders, they have a lot of benefits. Final salary pension. The company owns holiday homes, which they let their employees use. You get your birthday off.
Awesome.
You get, if you have a kid and it's their first day of school, you get the day off.
Proper.
Which is good. Various pay bonuses. You can get, I think if I've interpreted Laura's notes correctly, I think there's some kind of loan that will help you put a deposit on a flat. Various things like that. And it supports the charity Childline.
I would vote for this company to be Prime Minister.
And it's one of several stores. It says 7 of a 2,000 plus group, so I think maybe it's 7 companies, the Timpson Group in all, and they are part of this scheme where they employ people who are currently serving in day release schemes, which is dope. So people who don't actually live in the real world, they live at prison, but I believe they spend their day in the real world, and that's a way to reintegrate people. But you can't get a job if you're on a day release scheme, can you? Unless you go to the Timpson group. So that is my piece of good news.
Go Timpson.
Hells yes. If you need any snappies snapped or any dries cleaned, Timpson
Go
group,
there.
do that. Yeah, so that's my good news.
We also have a pluggity plug thing.
We have our pluggity plug. Do you want to plug?
I would like to plug, if I may.
You plug.
I'm plugging a small local business.
Hells yeah.
At the moment,
Is it us?
we all have to... It's not us, I'm afraid. I don't need to tell our lovelies, our little pod babies, to support us as a local business because they're already listening, and we thank them for it.
Some of them are even supporting
Patreon. And give us
Patreon.
some more money.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. But we appreciate what's happening here.
Yeah.
As we know, I have tattoos and stuff.
What? I would never have employed you if I knew.
To be fair, I didn't have any tattoos when I started working here.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So really, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I've gone to the same place for all my tattoos. Sadly, I believe it was last year. There was a small fire. Well, there was a pretty aggressive fire in the shop next door. Lots of water damage. Very sad. To the tattoo place that had been there, I think, for around 10 years, if not a little more. But happy times, or at least improving times. They've got a new space still on the same road. And I'm halfway through getting my snazzy new one.
Oh, dope.
I'm showing that off just for for live stream people. Podcast people, you don't get to see shit.
Podcast people,
just
2 hours, 2 hours
you're just
17.
listening.
2 hours
You're just
17.
Listening with your ears, not with your eyeballs.
2 hours 17.
Oh yeah.
I'm timestamping. Cross media.
So yes,
Interactive.
Fabio's on Mill Road. I am plugging Fabio's on Mill Road for all you Cambridge and nearby Cambridge people. And you got Last Gang Piercing in there as well, where I've got all of my piercings. Ow. Again, one of them's still healing and I'm wearing headphones. It's painful.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, go there. Support your local businesses. Support that local business. They're nice. They're good people. They do good things. And you do a good thing and go and give them money.
Big up. My plug is slightly less local. I watched a film on Amazon, and it's really good. We put it on sort of thinking, it's going to fill the void for 2 hours in it. Actually really bloody good. It's called Get Duked. Get Duked, D-U-K-E-D. It's a comedy film about the Duke of Edinburgh Award. 3 ne'er-do-well Scottish lads are enrolled on the Duke of Edinburgh Award, I guess to get them out of the school building for a few days because they kind of set the science department on fire. So it's these 3 kind of rude boy Scottish dudes and 1 very posh Scottish dude who go on do the Duke of Edinburgh, and the Duke of Edinburgh Award turns out to be some kind of weird classist culty thing whereby rich people hunt poor people.
Oh shit.
And playing the Duke of Edinburgh is Eddie Izzard.
Oh.
And it's real good.
Come on.
It's really, really good. And there's this whole scene where like one of the lads is like trying to be a rapper, and he goes off and has his own mini adventure. And it's real good, and it's twisty turny, and and it gets you kind of angry in a class war kind of way, and then it resolves that hilariously. Yeah, it's real good, and I love that the "haha you're poor" meme has just popped up on screen. That's just perfect.
Good timing. Oh, Ed, yes, I'm
Eddie.
gonna watch.
I mean,
that.
it's Eddie Izzard, isn't
again?
it?
Sorry,
What's that?
what was that called again? Get Duked.
Get Duked. Duked. Get Duked. The artwork is it's a green background and it's got 4 heads mounted on a wall, and I think one of them has antlers. Get Duked. Real good.
So
real,
we've
real
got
good.
Get Duked, which I will be watching.
Yeah, man.
Tattoos by Fabio, Mill Road, Cambridge,
Yeah.
which I will still be getting tattooed at because we're halfway through this one.
Yeah.
And then
Good
we've
stuff.
got our good newses.
Yeah, man. And we celebrated crime. What a day we've
We
had.
celebrated crime, and Liam won a quiz. Weird shit's going to be going on my Instagram.
Hells
More
yeah.
weird shit than normal. Yeah, because that's all I put up there.
Yes.
That and I made dinner. Don't do that very often. I went to the cinema.
I mean, what else? What else can you do?
I went to see Empire Strikes Back at the cinema, and I went to see Jurassic Park at the cinema. The cinema is actually an okay place to go,
Yeah.
or at least the two times I've been, because there's never been more than 5 people,
Yeah.
including me.
I will say,
there.
Cineworld are not treating their employees very well.
So now I go to View because it's
Very
half
good.
price at the moment.
Yeah.
If I'd got up earlier in the morning, I say got up earlier in the morning, if I'd bothered to roll out of bed before 10:30, I could have gone to see Sonic the Hedgehog for £2.50.
Oh, wow. So I will say 2 things relating to cinema.
What's Cineworld doing?
Cineworld are not providing their employees with proper protective gear. Because thing 2, apparently people are just leaving like used face masks and napkins and like bits of bottles and stuff just around. And I know that like some people treat the cinema as like your personal bedside table where you'll just leave whatever
bin.
crap. Yeah, and like in previous years, it's not great, is it? But like it's not damaging. If you leave stuff that's been near your face in a cinema, that is a problem. It doesn't just mean that you're a mucky pup. It means you're actually kind of being a dick, because that's how diseases get transferred. But knowing that humans are terrible, you would think Cineworld would give their employees proper equipment to dispose of random human detritus like face masks, but they're not.
You really would.
To the best of my knowledge, it's just Cineworld that are not doing right by their employees in this way. I would encourage you to do research into whatever place you're going, because we are absolutely all in this together, but that doesn't stop at just putting on your face mask when the Sainsbury's man asks you to put on your face mask. It also means being nice to your fellow man and just thinking a little bit about what you're doing and taking a bit of responsibility for your part in it. Or just don't be a twat.
Yeah, you
Just
bellend.
don't be a twat. But then Brexit.
Well, we ended on good news.
Yeah, we
and
did.
Then
So
we got
that was
back to corporations and Brexit.
that was the podcast. Fuck Murdoch. He's going to die soon. It's going to be great.
Let's hope.
I think we end the podcast there, and then we end the live stream shortly after. So for podcast people, you're about to hear a Patreon advert. Please do listen to that and support if you are able to. Obviously, we don't want you supporting outside of your means. If you do want to watch the live stream recordings of these podcasts, they
It's
are
on YouTube, innit?
they are twice as long as the podcast. So if you can stand to be around me and Ben for an hour, you can stand to be around us for 2.5 hours. They go live to Twitch and YouTube once a month. We're pretty upfront about when those events are, and you can find the archives of all of these live streams on YouTube. So go do that, please.
You've got your activities for second lockdown sorted.
Hells yeah.
Woo!
A lot of binging to do. Have a Patreon advert. Bye.
Bye.
And then we hit stop recording, and we're still live.
Your face is in the way of my stop button, you
Yeah, sorry about
bastard.
that. Now we can talk crap on all the podcast listeners. Bloody peasants.
Fucking losers, right?
Yeah, they're pretty
Not
great.
like all the cool people sitting and listening to us today. We love you, and we support you, and you support us, and let's just
good.
all climb into a nice,
Bed.
squishy, creamy pool and have a cuddle.
I think Ben's having a cuddly breakdown.
Not a sex cuddle. Just a little creamy cuddle.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Ben's just committed a thought crime.
Oh, that was so much worse than I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That wasn't like that in my head.
Pretty bad. Wow.
Ooh, sorry.
Are you proud of yourself?
Oh, rarely.
Sure. I guess that makes sense.
Well, that was good, wasn't it?
That was good. Lager. Do we have anything to say to the live stream pod babies?
Thank you again for coming and sitting into this shit.
Yeah. Good to have you here.
Thanks for commenting, for chatting in the chat. That's always helpful. It means we can talk to you as well as you talking to us, and that's cool.
For me, that is like the coolest thing about the live stream is that we can actually interact with listeners. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good stuff.
We'll see you next month.
Hell's
Some
yeah.
point in October. Liam knows the date, but it's probably written down somewhere not near us. So.
Hang on. I can get the date, and I can also get the subject. Fam, we are so prepared. We know what we're doing.
I'm looking at my Pokemon calendar. I think it's going to be the 18th.
The 18th sounds about right.
Excuse me.
No, none of that is helpful. I'm in the wrong folder. Curse you, Google Drive.
Watermelons. Been drinking watermelon water.
Melon. It's the 11th of October is what I have here, and it's going to be somehow related to a very, very early Halloween. So there you go.
Well, to be fair, we might not get Halloween, but we'll find out. Come be spooky with us.
Shall we?
No one's going to know if Halloween's going to happen until probably the morning of Halloween.
So
come get spooky.
I was going to say, like, do we want to dress up? But I don't know if I'm going to have time to put a costume together, but I'm sure that you will.
Dude, you got a month.
Yeah, I've got a month of being in a job again.
Yeah, but you don't need to get trousers or shoes.
I mean, for this camera, no. For this camera, yes, I do need trousers.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to put that much effort into your trousers.
Maybe you don't. I definitely do.
I'll convince Liam to get dressed up.
Okay.
We'll see you soon, my darlings.
Toodle pip.
My lovely, lovely little pod babes. Bye.
Bye 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 bye. No, that was the wrong button. There it is.
Whoa!
Okay, so bad news. It's not hell.
That's kind of good, but where it...
Good news.
It's Hull, isn't it?
It's Hull. We opened a portal to Hull.
Ben. Why? Ben, God damn it.
It's an easy mistake if you... There's an E in the... in the U. That hurt like Hull.
Il s'appelle Jérôme. Il vit dans une maison. Parfois, quand il est seul, il veut être un poisson.
Jeremy Mange, isn't he strange? But listen to his voice, he's got incredible range.
Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
No.
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 Will you take us to Mount Splashmore? Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
No.
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 Will you take us to Mount Splashmore? Will you take us to Mount
If I take you, will you two shut up and quit bugging me?
Yeah, of course. Well. Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
Yes.
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 Thanks, Dad.
Where do all the bad colours go when they break the law? They get sent to prison.